Well, guys, Chicago is finding out. Chicago has a lunatic for a mayor, the communist mayor known as Brandon Johnson. Under his leadership in Chicago, man, Chicago has been a shooting gallery. Now, this guy is definitely a far left Democrat, but Chicago, you get what you voted for. You get what you voted for. Now, Lori Lightfoot was bad, guys, but Lori Lightfoot looks like Ron DeSantis compared to Brandon Johnson. This guy is completely unhinged. He doesn't want to do anything to actually make the citizens, namely black people, safe. He doesn't want to do that. Now, President Trump said that, he is definitely thinking about mobilizing the National Guard to get the crime in Chicago and other blue cities under control. Now, the mainstream media is going to tell you that, crime is down. And you actually need to look at these red states because they have more crime. What they're not telling you is that even in red states, these cities, these dangerous cities, all run by Democrats on the local level. Prime example, Memphis, Tennessee. Tennessee is a deep red state, but Memphis is super blue. And it's one of the most dangerous cities in this country. Now, folks, for the longest time, man, we were actually doing videos on Chicago talking about the weekend shootings, folks. I remember, I believe it was last 4th of July, man, that weekend, 100 people in Chicago got shot. Just unreal, man. Absolutely unreal. Brandon Johnson, man, is a joke. But guess what? President Trump wants to actually come in and really, guys, to help black people get the crime under control because Brandon Johnson is incompetent. But Brandon Johnson signed an executive order to actually stop Trump from protecting black people. Yeah, his executive order, folks, I believe it just blew up in his face because now Chicago is finding out, folks, because it's been a bloody Labor Day weekend. And we haven't actually gotten all the way through Labor Day. Labor Day just started. A shocking number of people, folks, have already been shot in Chicago. Let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here, guys, on X. Lives a TikTok posted this. This is from August the 30th. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson signs executive order to limit Chicago authorities from working with federal law enforcement and to try to stop Trump from sending the National Guard. He doesn't want his city to become safer. Unreal, yeah. So let's watch this clip here of woke Mayor Brandon Johnson. Here we go.
I'm signing an executive order today that will launch the Protecting Chicago initiative. This is a project that builds on the months of preparation that we have done that has led up to this very moment. This order affirms that the Chicago Police Department will not collaborate with military personnel on police patrols or civil immigration enforcement. We will not have our police officers who are working hard every single day to drive down crime deputized to do traffic stops and checkpoints for the president. We do not want to see tanks in our streets. We do not want to see families ripped apart. We do not want grandmothers thrown into the back of unmarked vans. We don't want to see homeless Chicagoans harassed or disappeared by federal agents. And so this executive order makes it emphatically clear that this president is not going to come in and deputize our police department.
So you saw that right there, man. You saw that right there. And you know what? Maybe President Trump is actually thinking, you know what? I think he's actually dead serious about mobilizing National Guard to Chicago. Now, can he actually legally do that? I'm not exactly sure. But the thing is, President Trump has just exposed Brandon Johnson. President Trump actually wants to help stop the crime in Chicago, but Brandon Johnson just blocked that. Okay, so it's exposing this man as not being serious on crime. Also, J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Chicago, or Illinois, I should actually say. Some people are actually talking about him being a candidate for the Democratic Party in the 2028 election. Now, I find it funny, guys, because in this clip right here, J.B. Pritzker called the National Guard when the DNC was in Chicago last year. But now, he doesn't want the National Guard to actually protect people now. He just wanted them to protect Democrat elites, not the everyday person. Look at this clip, guys.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker confirmed today that he's called up about 250 members of the Illinois National Guard to be on standby during the convention, many of them already here at Chicago Police Headquarters.
We have 13,000 National Guard in the state of Illinois, and very proud of those National Guardsmen, and we do call them up when we really need them.
Do not come to Chicago. You are neither wanted here nor needed here.
Illinois.
Wow. So J.B. Pritzker gets exposed. He calls the National Guard for the Democrat elites for the DNC. But when Donald Trump wants to bring in the National Guard to actually protect people, namely black people in Chicago, he says, no, you're not wanted, you're not needed. Folks, if you're still voting Democrat out there in Chicago, man, you need to stop now. You need to stop now. Because look at this, guys.
During a gathering.
And that just started up automatically. We'll actually get to that clip here, though. It says Labor Day weekend brings violence in Chicago with dozens shot and 8 killed as of early Monday morning. Folks, 50 people have been shot so far. 50. I mean, the youngest person that was shot, 14 years old, man. A 14-year-old boy. Let's look at this clip here, man. Here we go.
Several people were shot overnight during a gathering near a park in the city's Oakland neighborhood.
It's one of dozens of shootings in Chicago during the holiday weekend. Judy Wang is live from police headquarters with more.
CPD will release the official numbers tomorrow morning. We counted 50 people shot, 8 of those people killed so far this holiday weekend.
Wow.
That is since Friday evening. At least 3 of the weekend incidents were those with multiple victims, including this morning's shooting, which happened in a South Side park. That shooting occurred in Ellis Park just after 1 this morning, just steps from the University of Chicago Charter School. Police were in that area responding to a disturbance when they heard gunfire. They found 5 people shot near 36 and Cottage Grove. The victims included a 17-year-old boy who is in critical condition at the University of Chicago Hospital. Detectives are questioning someone in connection with the shooting. Police found 4 guns at the scene. Social media posts indicate a reunion party was taking place in the park. 7 people were shot about a mile away near 35th and State late Saturday.
Wow.
Police say a car with several people in it pulled up to a crowd. At least 1 person in that car opened fire. The victims were men and women, reported to be in good condition. CPD is also looking for suspects in a Humboldt Park shooting that wounded 4 people Sunday morning. This was also a drive-by incident with the shooters firing on a crowd that was outside from 2 cars at Haddon and California. Crime scene techs found nearly 70 shell casings. Now, the weekend victims also include a 14-year-old boy. He appeared to be the youngest victim so far this weekend. He was shot and wounded in Garfield Park. Now, according to our count, the numbers we have so far may have surpassed last year's total for Labor Day weekend. Last Labor Day weekend, a total of 31 people were shot.
Whoa.
Outside police headquarters, Judy Wang.
So last Labor Day weekend, 31 got shot. Now, so far, and we just got to Labor Day, over 50 have already been shot. 8 dead. You people in Chicago, man, you definitely need President Trump's help. Look what President Trump has done in Washington, D.C., a very dangerous city. He has cleaned up the crime and the murders. Last time I checked, I believe there's only been 1 murder in Washington, D.C.? Yeah, you people in Chicago should be begging President Trump to bring in the National Guard. Begging him. Because we know that President Trump can get results. And folks, I believe this would actually be the death knell of Democrats. If President Trump comes in, cleans up Chicago, just like he did Washington, D.C., I believe the Democratic Party is cooked. They're already on life support, man. But they will be cooked if President Trump stops the shootings and murders in Chicago. So there you have it, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.